Select your creative event. Jesus. Why is it not letting me create a new event? Yep, it's actually already on there. Um, oh. Do you have us on to see if we're live on yours?
Um, okay, I see that you are live, and then mine is actually going. Yeah, I'm live, so we're good.
Okay. All right, everybody. This is going to be a little bit different show tonight. Sorry. This is going to be a little bit different show tonight. Jay is joining me, and if you guys have seen a video of he and I together earlier on in the season, I think we're going to start collaborating together. I really like the chemistry. I love what he brings to the channel. He checks me when I need to be checked and agrees with me because you know I'm always right.
That's actually the real thing.
All right, Jay, take it away. Tell everybody who you are about your channel and let's get going.
Hi guys, my name is Jay. It's Jay or Jason or JB, however you know me as. I run a channel called KCAPC. It is the Kansas City Alternative Podcast Collective. We talk about really everything on that channel from TV. We have all kinds of different shows for whatever you're into or not into. Just different people doing different perspectives and different lives. I got me and I came up, started talking to Mona because I was a fan. um, Started watching her lives or her videos, recapping the live feeds, and just fell in love with her honesty and like being able to really like distill my own thoughts into proper form and format. And so, I kind of reached out to her and was like, "Hey, I think we should do a collaboration, and I want to talk to you about Big Brother." And that's on both of our channels. So if you guys have watched those before, you guys will have seen our talk in the one that I facilitated with her. And now I get to be on hers and talk to her. And I'm so happy to meet all of you guys and see all of you. Um, you guys are very active in the lives that I've been in, that I've seen you guys do. And so I'm very happy to be here and be talking as well. Um, so, yeah, guys, what a finale.
Oh my God. I think we are ready to get. Oh, are we on a delay?
We are on, there's a slight delay. I also want to go in and see if we can figure out how to get both of us on the screen at the same time.
Okay.
Because right now it's just flashing back and forth between the two of us.
Okay. All right, guys.
We're
So
still
what?
working out the kinks on this thing, guys.
What a finale. Our girl did it. Oh my God.
Yes, she did it. Listen,
I know that I woke up half my neighborhood. Um, we have made history tonight in several different ways. We have our first Black female house guest to win Big Brother in 24 seasons and regular seasons. Um, and we also, for the first time, have had our winner also be our America's favorite player.
so this is the first time that Big Brother can say they actually got it right.
Yes, yes.
I personally have been on the Taylor train since the beginning. Um, I was like, look, seeing her journey in that house, I think to me was, you know, her final speech said it all. Like, it was a story of resilience. How do you go from being the person that everybody wants out of this house to being the person that ends up winning.
That is true. That, I mean, like I said, somebody told me earlier that in one of my comments that um, it was a lot of money for one person to win, and that they think that people voted for Taylor because they thought she was going to lose, so therefore they wanted to give her the America's Favorite Player. I disagree. I think that she touched so many different people. This is not, this is bigger than the game. Like I said, this is history. This is our first Black female winner ever in the regular season of Big Brother. But to me, even just as important, Taylor was a winner for every single one of us. And I'm going to get teary eyed because I cried the whole time that she was winning. But she is a winner for every single one of us that has ever felt bullied, that has ever felt shaded,
Preach.
that has ever been made feel less than. To me, that's the bigger picture. She did what so many of us in life haven't been able to do. She overcame, she did it with pride, she did it with dignity, she did it with class, she did it with grace. I've said before that if I was the person that was being done to, hell have no fury.
Ain't no way on God's green and fertile earth am I gonna be. No, there's no way. There's no way.
So,
and yes, Sean and Deborah, that speech was amazing.
It was epic. Jay, did you find out how to get us in picture?
I don't, because I can't do it on my end.
Okay, let me look and see, because that's really throwing me off. It's not picture. I don't know. If any of our viewers are watching that knows anything about Google Meets, if you can let Jay or I know what we have to do to get picture.
Yeah, because right now it's going back and forth between the two of us, and I know there's a way to do it so that we're both on screen at the same time.
Yeah.
And because like on mine, because of the way that I'm streaming it out, and we are both on at the same time. But that's just because it's just taking my basically my browser and pulling it up. But that's just how I did it.
All right, so a couple of my takeaways.
Yes.
First, I want to say that and I'll say this again probably later on in the show, because we are going to hang around until our West Coasters have a chance to jump on. So we will be here for a little bit. But the Taylor Karma train pulled into the station and picked up the last two remaining house guests on that list.
Listen,
and has departed the station.
Taylor's karma is unmatched. Do you hear me? Taylor's karma, like, it is, and you have to be, you were talking about earlier, just a second ago, about this being a win for anybody who's been bullied or anybody who's been shaded or chastised, strictly for being who they are, be it pretty, be it, not being the person who, she's not a girl's girl, or she's not this, or she wasn't that. And so they just hated her. And she, with each person, proved them wrong. With the people that she had a chance to form one-on-one bonds with, that we got to see on the live feeds, she changed their minds individually. The fact that she was able to take people who hated her in the beginning, hated her.
Hated.
And then turn that around and 8-1. And the one person
The only one that's never had an original thought in his head the whole game.
Right.
Turner.
Turner was the only one that didn't like that right there. Like anybody who watched that, who were able to watch the entire season, even if you didn't catch the live feeds or you weren't on, you weren't kind of tapped into the Big Brother network type thing, you had to have seen just the perseverance. That woman was on the block 5 times. There were 5 times. That was 5 times people were like, "You get to go home." And whether or not she was a pawn or not, the way she was hated, even when she was a pawn, she was in danger.
Exactly. Exactly. And it was amazing to watch. I've never seen someone that handles that much crap with such class. It was
Poise
amazing to
and
watch.
like she just took it.
Yeah,
It was very rare that we saw Taylor crack.
exactly. Exactly. All right, guys, I'm going to do a little bit of housekeeping. We do not have any moderators in the chat tonight. So, guys, please keep it respectful. Please keep it clean. We can all agree to disagree, as long as we do it with respect.
And don't let me see it because I'm gonna get you.
I think we've been doing pretty good. Next year we may look into getting a moderator, but I think that we've pretty much done what we needed to do to keep it going. I've had to block only one person, so um, I do want to let you guys know that this is the last live feed for Big Brother. I will also be covering, or we will also be covering Survivor, The Amazing Race. I'm going to start making Jason watch some of these shows that he doesn't watch, and we're
I,
going to collaborate
anything
together
for
on
you.
that.
Anything for you. Like it's gonna
uh,
be. I'm excited.
it's going to be awesome. Also, I do have the super chats and the stickers and the super talks. Uh, all are enabled on this video. So if you like what you've been seeing and you are so apt to do so, keep that in mind. Jay is not monetized yet. So after the video, if you get a chance, hop over to his channel and subscribe. And whatever we make tonight for tonight's show, I'm going to get with Jason. I'm going to send him half of it because he's doing the work too.
Oh, thank you.
This is our show tonight. This is not my show. This is our show. So, all right, let's get into some of the chat. Why is it not letting me go all the way up?
So
I'm at Rady. Rady, thank you for watching. Thank you for showing your mom. I appreciate that. Sean, as we talked about earlier, yes, Taylor's speech, all of them have been epic, amazing. Um, see, Deborah, I was so over the moon that Taylor won. I almost doubted Monty would take her. I did too.
I did too. I was worried. I was like, wait a minute now, and I was like, if here's
I
the
did
deal.
too.
Let's pause. I want to pause there for just a second because I was like, if Taylor, if Monty takes Turner to the end, Monty wins
Yeah.
because, like Turner said, he's bad at jury management. Jasmine could not stand him.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Indy could not stand him.
Yeah.
They thought he
It
was
was a
dirty.
exactly. It was a $750,000 mistake. But after the way he treated Taylor, I'm so glad he made that mistake.
Yep. And I would not have been upset if Monty won. Like I would have been like, okay, I get it. Um, Turner, I probably would have been a little annoyed just because I don't feel like Turner really played the game.
No, he didn't. He was directed what to do. He never had an original thought.
But Monty, and Monty, it was smart of him. It wasn't smart of him to make the move to take Turner out when he did. But taking Turner out would have been a smart move. Had he kept Brittany in and taken Turner out, that would have been a smart move.
Yeah. Yeah. And Deborah and T. Williams, we actually, Jay and I talked about this, and this is one of the first things we said when we got on tonight was, I cannot believe that Terrence voted for Taylor.
I knew he was going to take. I just knew he was going to be like Monty.
Exactly. I just knew it. I was like, he's going to take his last ditch effort to be an asshole, and he's going to vote for Monty out of spite. And so when I
But nope,
seen
he
it came
wasn't the
up
one
with
to be
it,
the asshole at the end.
no, that was amazing.
That goes to that asshole award goes to another person, but we'll get to that.
Phil, welcome. Thank you. Yes, it is a great night for the BB community. I cannot tell you, I have not been this excited for a winner of Big Brother in a very, very long time. Usually my picks get taken out early, and um, this time my favorite player won. So I am happy with that. Although I will say it didn't start out that way, but once I got to know the players, yeah. Um, Brady, I'm glad the women voted for Taylor and not Monty.
Yep.
Monty overestimated everyone. Monty, or underestimated. He underestimated Turner, because Turner could have damn near won that call.
Yeah.
But he also underestimated Taylor and her story, because he thought that everybody in that jury still had the mindset they had when they went out of the house. When they started getting those interviews, they started realizing, oh shit, Taylor is loved by America.
Yeah.
Oh shit, our treatment of Taylor wasn't that great, and let me backtrack that. So he was counting on the same jury that went out the door. That's not the same jury that came back in.
And I think the other thing that he didn't understand, and I think part of this is like maybe him as a man. Um, he didn't think that America itself, because here's the deal. What, in my opinion, I feel like, especially those early jurors, I don't know how much access they have to the outside world. Um, but after a certain point outside of that house, you got to catch the writing on the wall. Like,
They don't have any access once they go in the jury house. They don't have any access to the outside world. But what they do is, when Jasmine comes out and she's interviewed by, say, 50 different
yeah,
journalists, and they all ask her about her treatment of Taylor, and then Indy goes out, and those same 50 journalists ask her about her treatment of Taylor, and they get back to the jury house and they start talking about the questions that they got. They're going to start putting two and two together.
yeah. I think that I personally feel like if Taylor had had they if they were paying attention, and had Monty been kind of paying it, Monty didn't have the ability to see how everyone was viewing Taylor after they left the house,
Mm-hmm.
and didn't appreciate her actual story, and looking at the fact that week after week after week she has been the target and she is stuck around.
Yes, she has. Yes, she has. And I just saw a comment from Deborah Thompson. Said even up to the last few days, Monty talked crap about Taylor to Turner. He did. And I caught a little tidbit because I had to be nostalgic and I had to go watch the feeds as they went down. And I cried when the feeds went down, and I realized that that was the last time that I would see the feeds. But before that happened, um, let me find it right quick. Here it is. Monty was talking to Taylor or to Turner, and they were talking about their sense of humor. And Monty said, talking about his humor, he says, you know what the things that I think are funny and what I laugh at. And yeah, I know it's a bit misogynistic at times. And can anyone guess what happened next? Damn it, yes.
Of course they cut them
The damn
fees.
fees.
Of
They
course they
cut
cut them
the
fees.
fees.
I actually
I
want to
would,
talk. I want to
I
take a
would have
second.
thought, oh my God, when I saw this. And then Monty and Turner took it to the next level. And they started making fun of Brittany. And they started making fun of her cough that she has. If you have asthma, you know that if you're in a dusty area, that it triggers that dry cough.
Yep.
So they're only making fun of her personally. They're making fun of her medically, which I thought was sorry as hell.
Because you can make fun of Britney for a lot of things. Let's be real.
Yes. So then the feeds come back on. It gets better. The feeds come back on. And they're making fun of Brittany and all this. And Taylor says, Monty, did you know, or Turner says, did you know that in OTEV, that Brittany hid the pieces for Michael to find, or put the pieces out and laid them out for Michael to find. So all he had to do was go grab the pieces. And that was the first time Monty had heard that. It is true. She did do that.
I thought Michael did that.
No, she did it in the dry pool area where they didn't know. Only him and Brittany knew. So he did that, but she did it also. She pulled them out for him. She figured I'm going to lose anyway. So they're making fun of her because of that. And Turner says, okay, master. Yeah, you heard me right. Okay,
He said
master.
what?
Yeah, he said, okay, master. Because they're making fun of her helping Michael. And Monty says, yeah, master, I'll gladly take the L for you, my master. And the fee cuts.
You know, if I didn't need a reason, listen, I love Turn Daddy, but now you done messed it up.
When I heard this shit this morning, I was fuming. Taylor was still laying in the bed when all this is going on. And it just shows me what type of people that has been in the Big Brother house this season. And I don't know if y'all can see my background, but I figured as screwed up as this season was,
Let's get out of here.
Outrageous ass people that they had in that house. I can honestly say that the only two people in that house that were not mean and nasty were Joseph and Taylor.
Yep.
So I figured I would get on the spaceship with the rest of the aliens.
So I want to jump into. I'm seeing some things in the chats.
Go ahead, Jay.
So Yvonne Alvarez says, I was hoping Michael to win the BB favorite, but he would do great in life because he's a wonderful person. I agree. I actually love the way that Michael played the game. I don't know. You know, we can talk about the race thing. Randy did say, you know, Michael played the race in order to get by in the game. That is true.
Okay, but give me a minute. Who did that protect? That didn't protect Michael and Brittany.
It didn't.
Safe. Who did it protect? It protected Monty and Taylor.
Yeah.
It kept one of those two from going home. I don't agree with it. I don't agree with that being brought into the game, period, for any reason.
I think
the two people that it benefited were Taylor and Monty.
I think it benefited Taylor and Monty, who ended up sitting at the final two. We had two people of color in the final two.
2 years in a row.
2 years in a row.
2 years in a row.
And I also think that, like, okay, even though I don't love how it was done, I don't love how it came out. There is a part of me that understands why Michael held on to it. Tiffany said it for gameplay purposes. In this game, you got to use whatever you have, and that just happened to be something that he had in his back pocket. I personally feel like Kyle dug his own grave on that. You
I
know,
agree.
he had been told multiple times by Brittany, and it's on the feeds. Hey, are you sure this is something that you know? Do you understand what it is that you're saying?
Yep.
And he doubled down on it. And then it was not only the doubling down on it, but then the way he talked about Joseph after Dire Fest was like, whoa, like you really jumped out the window.
Yeah, he called him a scumbag.
Yeah. And it
I
was
thought,
like, you like Michael dug his own grave. No, not Michael. Kyle dug his own grave. Michael might have been the person to, put the pile of dirt in front of him,
yeah.
but that just was what it was. Hello, Kathy's World. I see you on here.
Hey, Kathy. Gator. Monty's face when the camera panned out and the end of Taylor's speech was epic. I don't know if you guys
Yes.
are on Twitter, but if you're not on Twitter, I'm probably going to steal a picture that's on there and put it on here tomorrow. But it was a picture of Monty's face and a picture of Joseph's face as Taylor was saying her speech. And you could just see Monty's face was just miserable.
Because he knew in that
Jo-
moment he messed up.
Joseph was gleaming. His eyes were glistening. He was glowing. So, yes, I did see that.
Yes, listen, I will tell you what Monty's face looked like, and I'm excuse my language, and I'm gonna censor it as much as I can. But Monty's
Yeah.
face looked like that was the moment that I effed up.
Yep.
Like that was
Yep.
like that realization that, oh, I messed up. I'm in trouble. And Joseph, that man is in love. Like he
I
is
think so too.
he
I
is
really
in
do think so.
love with Taylor. Okay, say, but Elena Alvarez. Yes. Okay. Yep. Monica, look at this one. Yvonne says, "So glad you kept us abreast with the live feed." Yes, you. I loved if this is your first time watching Mona's take, go back and watch her every day on that live feed. It is a joy to watch her and her opinions and how you didn't hold nothing back.
I don't. I don't know how to do anything but be real. I mean, I started this. I'm a 56-year-old mother of three, grandchildren of seven, a very opinionated woman. Uh, a lot has happened to me in my lifetime that's made me that way. So I don't have time for fake. I don't have time for BS. So I give you guys what I want to see. I want to see someone actually being real when they talk about this. And I've had to backtrack. I took up for Kyle at the very beginning. I said that what he was saying wasn't racist, and I have since changed my opinion. That doesn't mean because I say something that it's the gospel. I'm willing to learn. I am willing to grow. I am willing to listen to other people's opinion. You may or may not sway me, but I think you have a right to your opinion, no matter who it is. Um, or everybody has a right to my opinion. No, just kidding.
Listen, that's the real
But
thing.
I mean, I've totally enjoyed this. This channel took off, and I am still in awe every day that I'm even where I'm at. And I'm hoping that this time next year that we can get the rest of these kinks and everything worked out, and that Jay and I will be a regular on your screens because I think we have a good chemistry. I love his personality, and I enjoyed listening to his take on things. Uh, And if we're talking race, we've talked race this whole season. You cannot
You can't get past it. Like
talk about Big Brother and not talk race.
I actually think
So
every season that's the thing. Every season you can't talk because it's a microcosm.
yeah, but I don't think it's been as bad as it has been this year. I think this is a whole new level. My point is that Jay and I come from different worlds. Um, we are both military brats, but there's a perspective that I can get from him as a black man, and there's a perspective that he can get from me as a white woman.
Hmm.
And I think that it works very well together.
It does.
So we're brutally honest, and I hope you guys enjoy it.
And I think part of it also is a mutual respect for each other that comes from. I respect you and the wisdom that you have and I hate to say elder, because but you know, you have been through things in your life. I've been through things in my life. You know, we understand that we're not going to agree on everything. There are going to be certain topics that we're not going to agree on. We agree on most of the Big Brother stuff. Like most of that we're you know we're pretty lockstep on, but you know our the reasons we get to those are different, and it's interesting to bring back that to the you know the Kyle situation. You know when I watched your episode and you were like, I don't think it's about race. It swayed me a little bit when you were talking about it. I was like, well, maybe it wasn't, but he may not have been thinking about it racist, but it's rooted in racism. And I think that's the difference, and that's the thing that people who didn't watch the live feeds or people who didn't, you know, who as much as they want to like bury their head in the sand and pretend that racism existed, racism stopped when Martin Luther King said, "I have a dream." Um, you know, that is the you know you have to understand where it comes from in order to get better and learn. And my hope is that as Kyle goes home and Kyle goes back to Utah and is around the same people that he had those and formulated those kind of those not necessarily racist but rooted in racism ideas, that he learns to combat that and it doesn't make him go back to where he was before.
And I think he will. I think that he, along with a lot of us, learned a lot from this season. And I am really hoping and praying, and I think that he will go back and take some serious thought about what happened and make some changes.
Yeah, I think so
Now,
too.
if um if Terrence and Monty and Taylor and Joseph and Jasmine, if they'd all come at him with hate and uh, accusatory, you're this, you're that, you're this, you're that,
If they
I
had
could
given him what
see
Indy gave him, this would have been an entirely different situation.
exactly. But I think because of the love and the grace that these people showed him and realized that, hey, Kyle's not racist, but he had some racist ideology. And,
Right.
and you and I talked about it before. I think it comes from a place of ignorance. Um, and that's what it is.
Although I'm
But
going to stop you
I
right there
think
and just tell you when Indy said Google exists, it took me to the ground.
you gotta love Indy. Oh my God. And I really do love her personality. Let's see, what do we have?
Yes,
Arlene,
Kathy, I do agree. Monty would have beat Turner in the final two.
yes, no, hands down, he would have. Um, Arlene, I'm glad you said that because I'm trying to find out where I was. Arlene says, but what Taylor went through from the beginning, it was good to see that she won. Yes, I was
Absolutely.
so happy to see that. Um,
Uh, you want to go
Turner
back and
got the
forth?
same. Turner got the same medicine that he gave Michael.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Yep.
He Turner thought he was safe. That's the thing. Turner thought this final two is like He thought he was going to be able to ride that out, and it was all good. Listen, I don't know if y'all know the power Taylor has over people. um, so I was hoping Turner voted for Taylor, but no, he was loyal to Monty to the end. It would have been so good if no one would have voted for Monty. It would have been.
It would have been, but you can't fault the guy for being loyal.
He
I
was
mean,
loyal to his friend, and listen, Turner wanted Taylor out weeks ago.
mm-hmm.
The only reason Taylor was still here on Turner's HOH is because of the Kyle situation. Because if that's the case, Taylor would have been gone.
Sorry, I just saw Bria's comment. Girl, you're never too late for the party.
No.
I told you I had to quit balling before I could even get on.
Uh,
I love me some Bria. She is. You've kept me going, girl.
I always said the game was not exciting until the end. I actually kind of agree with that a little bit. It was good, but there wasn't those I didn't feel like there was any moment in the game until the end where I was shocked by what happened.
Yeah.
I kind of
But for a casual viewer, I think once the leftovers formed and you see those people taken out every week, um, I think that it was pretty exciting in that until Direfest came and screwed everything up.
Yep. I
But
really
to
think
act,
that
Go ahead,
I
Jay.
personally feel like Direfest was not something that they planned. I don't think they planned that.
Mm-mm.
I
No.
think that they saw the leftovers happening and went, "Oh, they're gonna run this game. We can't do this. We gotta fix it." There's
Mm-hmm.
no, I just don't see it happening.
Yep.
Um,
Deborah Thompson. I think even if Taylor didn't win, she would have gotten the AFP, absolutely.
yep.
And I still believe Lay's will offer her a contract. At least I hope so. I know they will. And I've already made plans, and I don't know about y'all, but if I go into a store and I see Taylor Hale's face on a bag of Lay's,
I'm
I'm
finna
gonna
buy
buy
that
that
bag of
out.
Lay's.
I'm gonna buy that entire store out. If I have to go passing out Lay's down the street, I am going to buy every single bag they have.
We gonna eat them Lay's. Yeah, and Arlene, you said Monty thought he had it. I really think Monty thought he had it until he heard Taylor's speech, and that's when he went.
I think he thought he had it then. I think until they started voting, he thought he had it.
I think when he saw he didn't get Joseph's vote is when he realized I'm in more trouble than I think I am.
Yeah.
Bria says Monty's misogyny hit him hard. He believed in that narrative that was sold to him. The cold, rude. He was blindsided by his own bitter, and he believed his own hype. Absolutely.
Absolutely, Bria. You always nail it.
Film. The name of my channel is KCAPC. Just search that on. Excuse me. Sorry. Just search that on Twitter, and or not Twitter, on YouTube. It's the first thing that comes up. You can also find me on Twitch under KC Caffeine Gaming as well. So I do all kinds of stuff.
KCAP?
KCAPC. Let's see. Yvonne, I agree with you, Mona. People in the house must have thought that Taylor was not a bad person, and I'm sure they're scratching their head now on how they managed to stay in the house. I think they were at first. I think at first they thought I think in the beginning they thought they didn't understand it. But I think as time went on and more people went back in the house and talked about the game and talked about their interactions with Taylor, that I think would be what changed a lot of people's votes. I would love to have seen, and it's. I don't know. We're gonna do some more before I cuss Amira out because I'm getting her.
We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Believe me, we're gonna get there. No. Kathy's World. I yelled amen when she said she was the blockbuster and look at mine.
So did I. I said, you know what, Taylor? Talk your shit. Talk it.
I swear, I know I woke my husband up at least a dozen times, either clapping, yelling, jumping up out of this chair, you name it.
I said, Taylor, you better
Uh,
talk you better stand
yes,
in it.
yes.
Because, listen, I don't know, and you may be able to answer this question. Has anyone been on the block as many times as Taylor has and won?
No, I don't think so. I don't. I'd have to look back, but I don't think anybody's been on the block that many times and still won. Arlene says, remember when Taylor, just for fun, had a nice dress on and said that was her finale dress? It was the outfit
It
that
is
she
the
was
dress.
wearing
It
tonight.
is.
It was the pantsuit. That is what she wore tonight. That is what she had on when everybody had such a fit because she said it was her finale outfit.
You got to plan
Well,
for the future.
there's 16 people in that house, and every damn one of them had a finale outfit. Hello, they just made a big deal about it.
Thank you for the sub.
Yeah,
Phil
you
just
guys
subbed
go
me.
over and
Thank
give
you
Jake
so
a sub.
much.
I did put his channel in the chat, so you guys can find that in the chat as well.
Let's.
All right, Jay. Here's your chance.
All right.
Dana Sims says Paloma is kicking bricks right now.
Yes, listen. I don't like to talk.
She ain't the only one, baby.
She ain't the only one that's mad right now. Listen, let me tell
I'm
y'all.
gonna tell you what. When Amira opened her damn mouth tonight and said what she did about Taylor and Monty, if I could have jumped through that screen, I'd have bitch slapped her all the way across that yard. Go ahead, Jay.
Amira, let me tell you something. You dusty, crusty, rusty, dirty, gutter butt, nasty. Ooh, how dare you? You had we were rooting for you to come out here with grace. I've given you compliments. I've been like, you know what? Amira was a tactician. She was smart, and all you had to do was say congratulations. You could have talked about anything else, but your dusty, ungrateful, unwashed Philistine ass had to come up there and talk about a showmance that none of us cared about, knowing that Joseph was right there. Right there, and he was in love. He had hearts in his eyes, and you just had to crush his spirit because you're a hateful, bitter, evil woman, and things will never go right for you. I hope you stub your toe every time you walk past a table. I hope that every bag of chips you open up is just nothing but crumbs. I hope every single time you crack an egg to make your breakfast that you get nothing but shells inside of it because you are a hateful, evil person, and I won't stay. Ooh, gee,
You're killing me, dude. Oh my god. I don't think I like that much. You
because
got
you
me
didn't have
wrong,
to do
Jay.
that.
No, she didn't have to do that. Oh, oh my god, you got me crying again. Oh my god, that was priceless.
Like you literally didn't have to do like you could have gotten up there and I don't remember if they talked to Daniel. I wish that they hadn't. Um, like I was mad when I saw that rat up there, but at the end of the day, all you had your job was to be have grace, to understand. The first thing you should have done when you got up there is been like, you know what, I was wrong about you, Taylor. I'm so sorry. And now here's my
God.
question that had nothing to do with the showmance that happened a week ago that would have changed absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. She was okay. We're enough time on her. Let's see. Oh, Yvonne. I wonder if Monty didn't sleep with Taylor, would he have brought her to the final?
Yes, yes, he would have. I think he would have.
I think he would have because I think, and Jay, you can correct me if I'm wrong, But I honestly think that knowing the ramifications and what this could mean, I think if he didn't, I don't think that he would have been well received in his community.
I think there's that. I think there's also his ego. He thought he could beat her.
Oh, yes, he definitely did.
And the other thing is that I think you're absolutely right. There would have been ramifications if he had taken, and I'm just going to go ahead and say it how it goes. If he had taken that white man to the finale and not Taylor, there would have been some pushback, and I'm sure he was cognizant of that. Also, he had previously had the final two with Taylor before, so he had
Yeah.
already had a final two that he had set up. So he was in a difficult position.
And I say that, the reason I say that is because before anything ever happened with them, they had a long discussion on the live feeds in the backyard when Taylor said, "Why would you choose me to go to the end with?" And he made this whole speech about if he was going to have to lose to somebody, he would want it to be her
Hmm.
because he felt like the cookout last year made history and that every single one of the cookout members contributed to the first black winner of Big Brother. And that he felt like if he was going to lose, at least he would want it to be to her because he knows that she would be the first female black winner for Big Brother. So he would feel like he was contributing to a cause as well. So with all of that being said, if it went back on that,
Oh
I
yeah,
think his community would have ate him alive.
we'd have been ready for him. Um, let's see. Let's go back. Monty was not moved after finding out that Joseph is a lawyer. I'm betting that Tyler will never see Monty again. Kathy, you are so right.
Taylor was never going to see Monty again anyway.
She
She
was like, "Look,
said
it's done."
last night on the live feeds, and I think it was on my video last night, as he walked through, she's sitting in the kitchen by herself. He walks through to go to the bathroom, and she just shakes her head and rolls her eyes. And she said, "He may be hot, just not what I'm looking for."
Yep, I saw that. I saw that.
She knew. She had no plans after this. Honey, when he talked to her like he did in the bathtub, I think if he'd have just had to talk with her that had been about the headphones and what she said about his goddaughter, I don't think it would have been as bad. But I think that once he brought up Daniel and some of the others from the beginning, and that maybe that's what they were seeing in her, I think in her mind, she's like, "F you, dude, you're out of here."
Yep, I agree. Um, Arlene says, "Poor Joseph, his reactions were sad to watch, and that is why Amira just got the cussing out that she did, and I will do it again."
And I made JB nice, so that was a nice cussing.
Yeah, I was being nice because I love Joseph looked crushed.
Yeah. I can
Ooh,
honestly see him and Taylor. I can honestly see him and Taylor in a relationship
yeah,
outside this house without all the other stresses and stuff that go with it. That once the cameras are off and she could truly be herself. And I think that Joseph's probably the only one of the cast members that could probably get her vulnerable enough to trust in the process of love again.
yeah, I agree. I think that I think watching Joseph during Taylor's speech, um, and Kathy says this too. Look, Kathy, I'm going to highlight this because that's funny. First of all, Joseph looked like he was so proud of her speech, and Monty was looking like, "Wait, can I bring Turner back?" Exactly. Um, like he looked like Joseph. Joseph looked like. Have you ever seen? Um, Or I'm sure that like Joseph looked like that was his wedding. Like he looked at his bride on his wedding day. Like that's what he looked like. Cause he looked like I'm in love. Hearts in his eyes, everything. And here goes Monty looking like I have made a terrible mistake. Monty thought he had it until Taylor said she deserved it. You right, Arlene. Now you right.
Mhm.
Yvonne, I wonder if Taylor will still have that drink with Joseph. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, definitely, definitely. Yeah, that's definitely gonna happen. Oh, Cedric, thank you. I love you guys too.
Oh, did you blow past me? What happened? Oh nope, I see it. T. Williams are the hearts. Yes, hearts back to you, boo.
Yeah.
Taylor said something like having a dry martini with her. So yeah, listen, the flirts back and forth. Even though they said something else in that game, something about 12 that I missed it, and I was like, what is that about?
Yeah, I didn't catch that either.
Uh, oh, thanks, Deborah. I try to be the bomb. We try to be the
Oh,
bomb together. As soon
I
as
think we have a good fun together, and that's what it's about. To hell with everything else, as long as we're having
we're
fun.
having fun, that's all that matters. Kathy's World said as soon as they cut the fees today, I cancel Paramount Plus. Ah, you better do it. Save your money till next season.
Oh Lord, the only reason that I don't is because sometimes my cable company is dumb, and I have to watch my soaps on there. So, and I don't like watching commercials. So if I can go on there and watch something I missed, I don't have to watch commercials. But
Monty's.
I agree. How did y'all? What did y'all think about Taylor? Or they didn't show this tonight on the live feeds this morning. Right before they cut, they had all three of the house guests say something to the live feeders, and Turner's was something to the effect of, "Well, thank you guys for giving to another gritty corporation."
Sir, do you know who
he,
you're
he,
playing for? Do
he
you
goes
know?
on to say some other stuff, but when he said that, I was
Sir,
like,
do you
that's
know who
a
you're working for?
nightmare from hell. He's got to be a nightmare from hell for some of those people. I thought it was hilarious.
Let's see. Mona, I turn. Monty's conscience picked Taylor over Turner. I think. Yeah, I can agree with that to a little bit.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't even think it's conscience. I think he actually thought he could beat her
Yeah.
because, like I said, he thinks that that jury is the same people that sent out of that house, that they're just like they were when they walked out of the house. And that's not the case.
Uh,
He took Taylor because he thought he could beat Taylor. He wasn't sure if he could beat Turner. And that's the bottom line, I believe.
okay. Yvonne asked if you take shorthand on your notes.
No, I do not. That's why a lot of times you guys will see me um, reading. Like if I have something that I really want to get word for word, um, I will read it word for word. But I do a lot of rewinding. I do a lot of replaying. I will rewind something a few times until I get the exact words verbatim. Um, I have watched some of the other people, and they give you a summary of what happened. I don't want a summary of your opinion of what you think happened. I'm nosy. I am a nosy ass bitch. I want, I ain't lying. I want to know what is said word for word for word so I can make up my own mind. I don't want you telling me what my mind should say. So that's what I try to give you guys. So it's a lot of work. But it is definitely not shorthand, but I might have to figure out how to take that up.
Kathy said, I was getting so angry when Monty was hugging Taylor, saying, I told you I would get you here. I told you I would. Like, he wanted credit for her being there. You know, Monty's going to get a pass today for
Why?
those statements, because, you know, he did pick her for the final two, but don't you dare take credit for that woman doing what she was supposed to do. She went through, like she said, she bled out and stitched herself back together. She brought herself here. You un. Anyway, I think the
But
most.
I'm gonna tell you something. Um, if he'd have been, what was it, 9 seconds?
Yeah, it was like 9 seconds or seven. Like it was.
Nine seconds behind, or he was 9 seconds in front of Brittany for that HOH. That could have changed this whole flipping season.
The whole game would have been over. The whole situation would have been different.
He wouldn't have been talking about bringing nobody nowhere.
Nowhere. Guys, I got to give a quick shout out to Duval King Jacob over on my Twitch right now. He is awesome and amazing. And yay. Oh, and yeah, we are just talking Big Brother. If you guys have not been watching the Big Brother feed, you may have missed me cussing out Amira. It was a lot. Um, yeah, we're talking all kinds of stuff over here, but I'm here with my good sis Mona from Mona's Take on YouTube. Make sure you guys check her out. Sorry, I just got rated, so I had to
Oh, that's okay.
go.
This is our show, baby. You do what you need to do.
Okay, so Kathy said Kyle is a man child, which I agree with because you're 28 years old and you live in your. Oh no!